the Milwaukee Bucks right now have an elephant in the room, if you will. And that elephant in the room is whether Giannis will be traded or whether they will make a move to get Giannis more help. So, Mikey, to kick off the conversation, I got to ask you, would you rather trade Giannis and rebuild, or would you rather seek additional help for Giannis?
I'm a selfish guy, and I personally love watching Giannis play for my basketball team. I don't want to see him go to any other team, so I'm willing to stick this out however long it needs to be. Now, how realistic is that? I don't know. But from what I can understand, it seems like they're more likely to keep Giannis and make those trades to better this team. And I mean, look at when I think the reason why these talks had been so heightened, I mean, it's easy. It's as easy as the record, obviously, right? And the Bucks being 12th place. How many games has Giannis missed? The Bucks maybe have 2 or 3 wins without him. It doesn't matter if he's going to New York. It doesn't matter if he's going to Atlanta, LA, wherever he's going. If he's not going to play, they're also not going to win either, especially when you consider any type of package they have to give to get a player like Giannis, right? So, in my opinion, take this year to see how far they can get. They're only 4 games maybe out of the 5th or 6th seed, right? So they're not that far out of it. Giannis hasn't even played. I guarantee you if he did play, they would be at least above 500. Obviously, that's a low bar. But they would at least be 500, and these talks would be way less than what they are right now.
They're 3-11 without Giannis.
Garbage.
Horrible. And so, like, there is, to a certain extent, like, you don't want to have a player feel like they have to play all 82 games for you to have a flying chance in this league. Because, some of those losses, like, you should be able to win. There was a couple losses. Both games against the Wizards, Giannis played, and they end up losing to one of the worst teams in the NBA. Like, so there are moments, like, I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's only because Giannis isn't playing. Like, that's the reason why they're struggling. Like you said, we can't rebound. We don't have a wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have, like, there's still glaring issues with this team. That's why I say moves need to be made to help the team, absolutely. But I'm not considering trading him right now.
I was up here fighting for my life when I said not before the season, during the season, before Giannis got hurt against Cleveland, that you guys had a good team and it was working. When Giannis got hurt and then y'all dropped those 8 straight, that's when it went the other way.
Yep.
Yeah, when Giannis got hurt and Ryan is it? I got to make sure I get his name right. Is it Rollins? Right. When Ryan Rollins was playing great off of Giannis, he was getting busy. In addition to Ryan Rollins getting busy, they had a real good chemistry with their perimeter guys. Then they get KPJ back, and he's been fantastic. But all of this started when Giannis got hurt against Cleveland. Once Giannis got hurt against Cleveland, now they had to completely revamp that offense. They had to go in a different direction. Now you get Giannis back. Now we got to get back to what we was doing when Giannis was here, and that threw off the whole chemistry of the unit. I think this was a legit playoff team before Giannis got hurt.
Yeah, and I like that you mentioned KPJ. Yep. Because he got injured 10 minutes into the season. And at that point, he had 10 points in the game already.
Yeah.
And he's played, 17, 18 games so far. So it's not like a huge sample size. But we've seen in the minutes that he's played, he's had his moments where it's like, okay, he's either hot or he's cold. But he's had plenty of moments this season where he's dropping 20, 25, 30 points, taking over, where you didn't have that for the first month of the season. And then he comes back, and as soon as he comes back, Giannis gets injured. And it's just like, how are you, like, this was not the team that was supposed to come into the season. Like, we're missing 2 starters. Like, those are huge guys that you're missing. And obviously, like I said, you want to win games even while you're down and while you're hurt. But you got to at least understand the slip up,
And since
Gary Trent Jr. needs to just stop playing completely.
I don't know if that play against Indiana gave him ghosts or what. Because he was good at the end of the season. He played himself because he had a rough start to last season. He got benched. And the rest of the season, he was on the bench. And then he played himself back into a starting role. He had a couple 30-point games in the playoffs against Indiana. That game where he dropped that pass out of bounds, he had 33, 36 points, something like that.
Hooping.
Like
he was hooping.
The player that we see this year compared to last season is night and day. And I don't know if it was that moment that just shook him. I don't know what it is.
What would you like to see, Mickey? Like, are you a Trae Young guy? Are you a Zach LaVine guy? Are you like superstar help? Like, what
I think the worst thing the Bucks can do is give up their whole package, which is really going to consist of Portis and Kuzma, and then that 2031 first-round pick for a guy like Zach LaVine in a panic move.
Wait, don't do that.
Yeah. There was a report saying
that's all Sacramento can get is Kuzma and Bobby Portis.
That's good hoops. They need it. They don't got Sabonis.
So I think I want to stay away from those type of deals. And I think I mentioned not having any wings. Like literally, the Bucks are compiled of 6'4" dudes or like 7 feet dudes. They have
no in betweens.
They had Taurean Prince. They're literally the only playable wing they had was Taurean Prince, who had a herniated disc in his neck. See, that's another injury too. He was like the only wing they had, and he gets hurt in, I think, November he got hurt. And so they've been playing this whole time without a wing. They're using Gary Harris, basically, as a 6'5", small forward, basically. Yeah. And to his credit, like he definitely had a rough start. He's been like actually pretty playable recently. But I mean, that's the type of situation we're in, where it's like we're having a 31-year-old as your only wing, and he's not even really a wing. Like he's
what does that say about Zach?
You've got Amir Coffey,
right?
Amir Coffey.
I don't know. I literally don't even remember the last time Amir Coffey played.
I don't think the Bucks would do that. But I mean, what does that say about Zach LaVine if I'm getting Kuz, I'm giving up Kuz, and who else?
Bobby Portis.
That's the only package we have, really.
Right. Well,
but isn't that the issue though, Mikey? Like, are you worried that if you don't flip Giannis for like a haul to give you another 10 years, that's half decent? Are you worried about that too?
A little bit, and that's why it's like he's got a player option, I believe, not next year, but the year after, right? So I think he's got one more year.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that's where I'm like, okay, in the off season, kind of see where the team's at. I'm not in the position of like, oh, let's just stay and do nothing and see if it works out. Wait for Taurean Prince to get healthy because he'll save this team. No, that I would rather go out swinging. And you guys were laughing about Portis and Kuzma being the package. That's not a huge like. I love Portis and what he's been able to do in Milwaukee, but like it's not like you're emptying the clip. You still got good young guys. Like if there's a trade, let's say for MPJ, and you're trading Rollins or you're trading AJ Green or whoever, that's where, and again, the pick, that's where I'm slightly cautious to your point. Like, yeah, you don't want to give up literally every young asset that you have, but if you can make a move out of Portis and out of Kuzma and fix that need for one, rebounding, and two, just that lack of a wing, like I'm here for it. I would rather go down swinging and then getting to the offseason, okay, maybe it didn't work out, maybe Giannis does one out, and then figuring out that.
Real talk, I think they did everything that they could to keep Giannis happy though throughout the course of his career. I think that they did everything that they could to build a unit around him where they can compete for championships, right? So when you got Bledsoe, you already had it was him and Middleton. But then when you got Bledsoe, okay, Bledsoe didn't work out because Bledsoe wouldn't shoot the basketball past 12 feet. And you need to be able to shoot the basketball, even though the game has changed even more. But then you take Bledsoe out of the lineup and you get now Drew Holiday in the lineup, who's a better version of that, and you win with him. But then Middleton goes out of the lineup, and then you end up losing now Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard, and you lose all of those draft picks, which you need. But we're doing that to keep Giannis engaged. We're doing that to keep Giannis happy. So I don't think that they were just sitting on their hands not doing anything. They were doing everything that they could to keep this team viable. I think that they were doing everything that they could to keep this team a championship level, not a championship level team, or at least a playoff contending team, right? And it didn't help that Giannis ended up getting banged up. That didn't help. But with that being said, I can't blame Milwaukee because this isn't one of those huge markets where it's attractive to guys. Like, guys aren't coming to Milwaukee in free agency. That's just not happening, right? So I'm either doing it in the draft, or I'm doing it in the draft, or I'm doing it in trades. And I think that they did everything that they could to keep Giannis happy. Now, does that mean that Giannis is now at the end of his rope where he just wants out? Like I already told you, and like I told you, my man, I told these guys up here, with Giannis, you got to put the divorce papers in front of me at the family dinner at Christmas in front of everybody. And even then, I'm still like, yo, we going to therapy. I ain't signing them.
Am I still on Pluto?
Talk again.
I'm still on
Say
Pluto.
I am real talk.
Yeah.
Say I am real talk.
Terrible.
Okay, yes, I am real talk.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you said you sound terrible. You should just leave.
No, you good. Don't. This is he trolling.
Okay,
Don't listen to that.
okay, facts. No. What I would say though about the Milwaukee Giannis situation is there's not blame in my opinion. I just think it's ran its course, right? I just think that Milwaukee did try to win multiple times with Giannis, right? So I'm not even going to be one to come up here and be like, oh, Milwaukee never put a team around them and yada, yada, yada. I do think they've made multiple efforts and multiple attempts to help Giannis win a championship, and they got one, right? But also, if I'm Giannis, in those attempts to try to win championships, we've kind of ran out of options. You know what I'm saying? We've kind of ran out of trade pieces. We've kind of ran out of draft capital. And the team that we have right now, quite frankly, just isn't good enough. And they're not just one move away from being good enough either. So I just think it's ran its course. I think Milwaukee did what they needed to do with Giannis. They won a championship, right? And Giannis definitely provided the value to Milwaukee that he was supposed to and more. But it's just time for a divorce. It's time for, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Ox, you ever, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people break up and it ain't really no beef. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, oh, I'm mad at you, you mad at me. It's just we've ran our course. We've ran our course, and it's just time to move on. And that's how I feel about Milwaukee and Giannis. I think it was efforts made from both ends to get better. It hasn't. Let's move on.
Right. Yeah, I think that's why I'm been so kind of hard on the communication thing. And obviously, I don't know exactly what the communication looks like between front office, Giannis, his agent.
Mm-hmm.
But when Giannis has come out and said things like, well, if my agent and them talk about it, that don't got nothing to do with me or whatever, something along those lines. And I just think that that's a way for it to be an ugly split. When if you guys just communicate openly, we can have an amicable separation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to go this way. Y'all need to make it happen, and let's work together to make it work. I just... Like you said, things run their course, man. They run their course.
Question.
I think they had a good run. I personally think they got a championship out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think there was. I don't think that this is close to a failure for Milwaukee's tenure in Milwaukee. Now, to be a Bucks fan, Mikey, you might have a different outlook on it. I don't know how you and Bucks fans feel about it, but from the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? And obviously, it might be because I'm a Kings fan and we don't win shit. But I'm like. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a championship out of it. I think y'all had a decent run. And dealt with a lot up there, too, as far as injuries go. We talked about Jabari. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made some moves. Dame got hurt. I mean, I think this was a good run. If Giannis were to leave here and y'all get a good package back for him, I think this was as good as it gets, honestly. Well, not,
my question,
the Warriors
is,
4 championships. But
2019, the year y'all lost to Toronto in the East Finals.
Yep.
Exit. Take Bledsoe out and put Drew in. Do y'all beat Toronto?
I think so. Eric was almost unplayable in that series. And you look at the time, too, because I will say when Drew got to his later years in Milwaukee, it was like, okay, maybe he can't do what he could do in that first year. Even in that first year, he had games where he'd shoot 5 for 23 or whatever. But I think they were lacking depth and playable pieces. They had George Hill as a guy stepping up. And credit to George Hill because he was great during that playoff run. But when he's your lead guard, you're not going to win, especially when you're playing a Raptor team that I think people now are accepting. Like, yeah, that team was really good. Like, obviously, Golden State was injured, but that Raptors team was really good.
They had a good team.
And so when you have like one of your top 3 guys being that unplayable, I think absolutely Drew could take you over the top. And mind you, they were up 2-0 anyways.
I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. All good things must come to an end, y'all.
Paul George.
Giannis will retire at some moment in time. So either way it goes, the Bucks are going to have to move off of Giannis one way or another. My thing is, sail high while you still have the opportunity. And this is the perfect year to do that. You got guys like Cam Boozer running around in the NCAA, AJ DeBanza, Darren Peterson, Caleb Williams. You never know what that pick's going to hit for, but I'm like, that Pelicans pick, I need that. On top of the other assets that they have in Atlanta, and I'm not even talking about Trey. I'll take that Pelicans pick. I know you guys hate Zachary Ricochet. I know you guys are disgusted in him, but I'll take Zachary Ricochet in a boatload of picks. And if Trey comes with it too, all right, cool. We'll take Trey as well. In a boatload of picks. Maybe even a 3-team trade where we get some other things as well. But that pick right there, that's what I want.
Hey, Ron, the recent history of the NBA is that, you know, they'll work those ping pong balls out for you if you trade one of them upper echelon players.
To LA. To LA.
No, not just to LA. Because if you look back, right, Luka gets traded, all of a sudden, Cooper Flag, you know what I'm saying? Now he's the number 1 pick going to Dallas. AD gets traded, all of a sudden, New Orleans gets Zion.
Wait, Luka gets traded to where? Luka gets traded to where?
To the Lakers.
It doesn't matter. Where
AD got traded to where? AD got traded to
the Lakers.
So are we
3-team trade, Mars? Giannis to LA, Austin Reeves to Atlanta.
You know what I'm saying?
Bucks get that pick.
I'm just saying. That boy just said DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay are better than Paul George. You need to stop, Ox.
Who said that? Who said that?
He needs to stop in the chat immediately.
Hey, Damian, what'd you say?
Ox so nasty, yo.
I said Indiana's doing it the right way. They got the right idea. Like that finals team's coming back plus a top 5 pick. So,
hey, if I was the Bucks, I'd be hollering at Indiana too. I know you guys are rivals. I know you guys are, you know.
About what?
Yeah,
Ron?
they're not.
Had some heated series.
About what, Ron?
I would still holler at them.
About what,
Tell me
Ron?
no.
What
hey, real talk. I didn't approach chicks that I knew was going to tell me no. But you going to have to tell me no. And the next time I see you, you know what? Since you told me no, and I ain't like the way you told me no, I'm going to see you again next time, and I'm gonna press you again. If the Pacers don't like us, all right, tell us no. But you're not telling the Bucks no. You're saying no to you adding Giannis Antetokounmpo, to Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, Andrew Nembhard. You say what I'm.
Okay, so what are you?
What are you adding Giannis to that? What are you giving them? Jarvis Walker and Benedict Mathurin?
No, what I'm saying is, if I'm the Bucks, I want that pick. I'm thinking. I understand that. What I'm telling you guys is my vision. If I'm the GM of the Bucks, I want a pick. That in like obviously more is going to come with it. I know you have to match up money. I know all of that. I'm saying I'm starting with who has these good picks, who has the opportunity to give me a top 3 pick. I'm starting there, and then I'm building the stuff from there. And once again, you guys know Atlanta. It's 3-team trades, 4-team trades. Hell, we've seen a 7-team trade last year.
That's going to be top 3. I mean, the only team that's going to have a high pick that is looking to be good next year is going to be the Hawks and the Pacers, right? Unless there's some crazy lottery luck, but that's not going to mean much.
I mean, we did see the 2 last number 1 picks barely missed the playoffs. Atlanta barely missed the playoffs, and they ended up with the number 1 pick.
Winning the draft lottery and the Ricochet draft, they ain't even really winning the draft lottery for real. You just got the 9th pick. Like, I don't know. That's not a number 1 pick.
Well, actually, it is good. It's just that you might have picked wrong. When you think about it, I picked the wrong guy.
Well, Ricochet wasn't a consensus number 1, but that was strong number 1 push for Zachary Ricochet.
Miami beat
him, right? Like
so
by the time you got to the draft, Zachary Ricochet was considered a top 3 pick. Like so, they got him.
Role player draft, you know. That was just
I told y'all my top.
The way Alex saw looking in year 2, Matas looking kind of interesting when
Stephon
Giddy out the
Castle gonna be
lineup.
more than a role player.
Yeah, Stephon Castle in that draft. Like, I don't know.
As of today, he's a role player.
Yeah. We might just be at the point where Zachary Ricochet just not that good. But we'll see.
It doesn't help that Alex Todd is doing what he's doing as
no, when he's in year 2, I'm not gonna write off his whole career, but I'll say today, the number 1 pick from the 24 draft is not good. But we'll see. We'll see what he turns into.
Yo, Mikey. So if there's any team, because you're a Giannis fan, right? You're a Giannis guy.
Right. Absolutely.
You're still gonna like him wherever he goes.
So
maybe you're not a Giannis fan. You're a Bucks fan.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. If he goes to New York, or if he goes to LA, or even Indiana in that scenario, I don't like the Pacers. I don't like these big market teams. It's gonna be hard for me. Like, let's say the Knicks make the finals and play whoever, OKC or whatever. It's gonna be hard for me to say, oh yeah, I want Giannis to win with New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I like
Mikey.
that, Mikey.
Mikey, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
Ron, I told you this in LA. Like, I've been a Bucks fan before Giannis, and I'm gonna continue to be a Bucks fan after Giannis. Like, that's never gonna change. I'm gonna forever appreciate what he's brought to this team. But it's hard for me to say, look at these, and going all the way back to the LeBron stuff, part of the reason I hated him was him going to Miami. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, it's obviously different situations here, but
what does that have to do with you?
Because, one, I was a kid, mind you.
When you're a kid, it's a little bit different. You should know about this sort of stuff.
It's not like it's like, oh man, Bron ruined my title hopes.
Exactly.
We had to play them 4 times a year. We would lose by 50 every game, and I'm like, that's not fair. Really, I think really
making the playoffs below 500. You should be mad at the Eastern Conference for allowing you to make the playoffs.
And Ron, stop acting like. And Ron, stop acting like when you break up with her that you just want to see her do well. No, you don't, Ron. Even if it's amicable, you don't want to see her go. You don't want to see her marry this dude and live in a palace as a princess. No, you don't. In fact, what you really want, Ron, is you want to see her do okay, but you want to be doing better. So just to Mikey's point, do you think Mikey wants Giannis to go to Oklahoma City and run off 3 straight titles?
Selfish.
He should be doing that with us.
Y'all got to get that malice out your heart.
That's not true.
He should be doing that with us.
That's not true.
You think Mikey wants to see Giannis to go off to Indiana and win?
But you want your life to be better, right? But you want your life to be better.
He's supposed to be doing that with us.
I'm good with where I'm. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem if me and you had great years together and we just can't move forward because we've had some disagreements and whatnot. Hey, go live your best life. You know what I'm saying? I still love you because I appreciate all that you brought to me.
But you want their best life to be better than your life.
No, you don't.
You gotta keep your eyes on your yard, Mar. You gotta keep your eyes on your yard. That ain't your business.
I ain't said you have to work. I'm asking, what do you want? Do you want their best life to be better than your life? That's it.
I want to do better than everybody. I want to do better than everybody.
That's it. That's all that's being said.
But the thing about it though is, the thing about it though is, Ox, I'm focused on my yard, but I want her yard to be fruitful too. Cause chill, you never know. Hey, 5-6 years later, I might spin the block. I might end up in that yard again.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna get a Bron back to Cleveland? You gonna get a Bron back to Cleveland? That's
to Mikey's point, Mike,
that was the best Bron.
Mikey does not want to see Giannis move on to Indiana and then run off 2-3 championships. You're supposed to be doing that with us. He does not want to see them in Oklahoma City winning 2 or 3 championships. You're supposed to be doing that with us. No. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't want to see you do well, but it's in my face. It's everywhere I turn around. I got to see parades, and I got to see him winning the league MVP again, and I got to see them winning championships again. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be doing that with us. You ain't supposed to be doing that with them.
He wasn't doing it with you anymore because y'all couldn't do it anymore.
Right. Exactly.
If you can't provide here what they can provide over there, then we're not going to be as successful. Yeah. Sometimes we got to look within.
I do get that. I 100% get that. I do. And to have and let's not forget, I mean, what are we in? This is the 25-26 season. Giannis been there, 12 years? So it's not like
a long time.
Yeah, it ain't like Giannis been there for like 5 or 6 years. He's been there for 12 years, man.
But Michael, would you be happy for him? Like if he won another one somewhere else?
No.
In the end, I would have like, okay, oh well, like really, I'm really getting into the big market stuff. Like I said, you go into Sacramento. I don't care. Good for Kings fans. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I wouldn't care.
Look, my man.
But if you're in New York, you're in this big city. They've got all the money. They've got Jalen Brunson. Like then it's like, okay.
You're happy for him to go with date the ugly girl.
Yeah,
I understand.
No, I like I said, at the end of the day, even if it was,
so you want to see him do worse, but better in that worse situation.
Like I wouldn't be like, man, I hate Giannis. I hope you lose everything. I hope you have no success. Like that's just not me. I like Giannis. I just want him to see him do well for my team or in Sacramento. You know what I'm saying?
Mikey, let's be real, Mikey. Let's keep it a buck, man. No matter what Giannis does, you should be forever thankful, right? And forever appreciative for Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? So you should be happy wherever he goes. Because let's be honest, your franchise was a big pack of mid for 40 years until Giannis showed up. So it shouldn't matter if he went to LA, New York,
they were good in the
San Francisco. It doesn't matter.
They were good in 01. They made the conference finals in 01.
Hey, you know what, Mikey? You know what, Mikey? You know what, Mikey? You know what's crazy about that is this fake ass Laker fan think he got the right to talk down to you and tell you how you should feel when y'all made their asses. When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, when y'all gave him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and he made that franchise.
Kareem made the franchise. We ain't win a game until we drafted Magic. What you mean made the franchise? What you mean? What you mean?
Mike, you don't got to take this shit from him.
Laker fan. Big Laker fan.
You should hear the way he talks about Magic.
Everywhere. What you
should hear the way he talks about Magic.
Okay.
Hey man, listen, it's all fun and games until you win 15 games and you gotta watch them. So I want to see you go. Now I will say this: the Lakers did have some rough stretches, but look. How many legends have you guys been blessed with? Kobe, LeBron,
and we appreciate
Kareem,
all of them.
Magic.
Kareem.
Okay, I'm not saying I'm not gonna appreciate Giannis.
I'm still an AD fan right now. I want to see AD do well. I want to see AD thrive. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I'm not saying like
I'd much rather him be doing it on the Lakers though.
So you ain't celebrate when that trade happened?
What you mean?
Luka?
The trade that got Anthony Davis off your team. You ain't celebrate?
I don't know. Is there evidence?
I'm not admitting to anything, Mars. Hang on for a second. Do you have me on tape? Unless you have me on tape, I'm not admitting to anything. Yes. No.
Real talk. As your lawyer, you don't have to answer that, brother.
Thank you.
Don't answer.
I do get it though, Ron. I mean, Giannis has been there for as long as he's been there. He's been a staple. He's the best player to ever play for the Milwaukee Bucks. And
it's so interesting that I hear you say that every single time you say that. It's
Kareem,
interesting. It's coming from you.
I know it's crazy to say, but he's the best player that they've ever had.
You think Giannis in
is better than Bucks?
Was better than when he was in Milwaukee?
It's better than Jabal. Yes, I do.
When he was in Milwaukee.
Yes, he's better than Jabal.
Okay,
yes,
so you have Giannis. I don't think you realize.
So Giannis is better than Bucks Kareem.
Yeah,
but he's not better than Karl Malone.
Here we go.
One more time.
Giannis is better than Bucks Kareem, but he's not better than Karl Malone.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on this for 15 minutes.
How does that work? First of all, Jabbar played there for 6 years. In the 6 years that Jabbar played there,
he asked who's a better player. That's it. Who's better, Bucks Kareem or Giannis? That's it.
Bucks Kareem or Giannis?
Who's a better player?
Giannis.
Okay.
Yes.
So Giannis is better than Bucks Kareem, but he's not better than Karl Malone.
No.
Isn't Bucks Kareem like some of the best years of his career?
Yes.
You could argue Pete Kareem was in Milwaukee.
Pete Kareem, exactly.
Yes. Giannis is better than Pete Kareem, is what I'm hearing.
He passed him as the best player that they've ever had.
No, chill. So, okay, I just want to understand.
Wait.
I want us to have an understanding. I'm not talking about. We're not talking about like best for their team. That's not what me and Mars are saying. We're saying strictly player for player.
Let's clarify this.
Yes.
Let's clarify.
The clips already happens, but
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Let's clarify this. So Giannis, for as long as he's been there and everything that he's done for the Milwaukee Bucks over the last 12 years, I think he's the best that they've ever had. In turn, player for player, from 69 to 76, Giannis is not a better player than.
Okay. That's
Giannis
what we're
is not a
asking.
better player than.
Okay.
In Jabbar. Oh, I'm sorry, Lou Alcindor. No, he is not a better. He is not a better player.
Giannis is the best player in franchise history, but he's not a better
But
player.
LeBron is the best player to play for the Heat. D-Wade is the
That's what I was about
to
say, but Mars beat me to the punch. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Okay.
It's the panel. Religion get built on cam. Where the chat throw smoke and the host go ham. You ain't never seen hoop talk hit the raw. Every take got weight, every night we drop. This that barbershop. Courtside, worldwide tone. Welcome to the only show that really feel like numbers jumping like the score.